Hello beautiful people, how are you guys doing? In this video, I'll be reviewing Blackpink's latest comeback, which was Shut Down, and I'll also be brutally reviewing their album. Now, as a disclaimer, I will be brutally honest with these reviews. I'd rather be a critical and honest K-pop fan than someone who blindly loves everything for clout. Remember, there's a difference between hate and constructive criticism. Now, without further ado, let's begin. My thoughts on Pink Venom hasn't changed at all. I still give it 2 out of 10 because I thought the instrumental was very messy sounding and I felt the song was very lazily done. For a more in-depth version, please check out my Pink Venom review video. I was really surprised by Shut Down. I think for a lot of us, when you hear Blackpink will have a comeback, we expect them to do an EDM or hip-hop song because that's what most of their title tracks sound like. So the fact that they did a classical sound was very surprising and something that I applaud them for. As an artist, it's super important to be versatile and try to expand your typical soundscape. So I really love how they try to experiment by using a classical sound. I also like how we have a full chorus this time and not Blackpink typical chorus. So for those confused, most of Blackpink songs, their chorus are just them saying a phrase, then onomatopoeia and electronic sounds. If you are still confused, you can check out my Blackpink Pink Venom review. Instead of random sounds like ba bing ba boom or Scooby Dooby Doo, we actually had lyrics this time. And Shut Down's rap flowed a lot better than Pink Venom's rap. I felt like in Pink Venom, the rap just didn't really fit the song that well and kind of felt out of place. That being said, I felt like the song, although it had a lot of potential, just still felt really underwhelming, and the reason had to be the ending. So Teddy Park, which is Blackpink's main producer, typically he likes to end his song where instead of having just a bridge and then ending verse, he extends the bridge and has just a bunch of electronic sounds at the end, then repeating like a phrase. This is called the Blackpink dance / party ending verse. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Yeah. Drop, I bring the pain like ra-ta-ta-ta, 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 ra-ta-ta-ta. And in the past, this really worked well with Blackpink because the majority of their songs are EDM hip-hop focused. Those are genres of music that typically gets people's hearts pumping so much that they want to dance or party. But do you get that same type of vibe when you listen to something classical? Not really. Blackpink in your area. Shut it down. Shut it down. I think rather they should have built off this classical sound and have a new type of ending. I felt like having something like a vocal powerhouse ending would have been so much better. So I think of how in Black Mamba, which is by aespa, after like during their bridge, it was just Ning Ning and Winter going back with vocals, and Ning Ning ends the bridge with this high note, and then they go back to the ending chorus. Doing something like what aespa did with Black Mamba would have suited Shut Down so much better. I just imagine Rose and Jisoo just doing an intense high note and then them coming back to the chorus. I think it would sound a lot better. So because I found the ending quite underwhelming, I unfortunately give Shut Down a 6 out of 10. Cause I'm that girl that drives you crazy, but you can't leave me alone. Next, we have Type of Girl. So when I first heard the instrumental, I'm like, ooh, it's the opening instrumental. I mean, it sounded really cute, like something I heard when back in my childhood game, like online game. So I was really excited. Then I heard this song. Now, personally, the reason why I give the song a 7 out of 10 is that it's not necessarily a bad song. I just personally just find the lyrics kind of cringy. It comes off as trying to try too hard to be sexy and edgy, like particularly Jennie's part when she's all like, my bank account and my body is good figure. I'm like, okay, you're trying to show off how sexy you are? And like, it came off a little cringy. And oh my gosh, Lisa's verse with all that AVE, like they all capping part, I'm like, please blacklist her from all Korean studios. Like, I get it, she doesn't write her own songs, but it's just the excessive AVE is just driving me nuts. In general, I kind of felt like the song wasn't really special because it also sounds like a typical Blackpink song where they're trying to flex how hot they were. And because the lyrics were so cringy, I felt like it kind of ruined the listening experience to me. This part of the album is when Bored Pink becomes super exciting. I absolutely love Yeah. I love the instrumental. It feels so fun yet colorful, and it really plays up with the members' vocal colors super well. I also really like the feel of the song. Doesn't it feel like those kind of like 80s movies where the friends are all on like a car ride or like a bike ride and they're all gonna hang out at the carnival? Like, I think the song is perfect for just any car ride. It's just a well done pop song, and it kind of reminds me of like Kick It or like Don't Know What to Do About You. But overall, I think this is just a calming yet relaxing song. I love the instrumental, super colorful. I give this an 8.7 out of 10.
I'm hard to love, find it hard to trust when it feels too good.
Oh my gosh, why wasn't this Rose solo? Because to me, I always felt like Rose just suited more like a rock, indie, pop punk song. Like, I felt like she did not suit the EDM sound that was on the ground. To me, I felt like she should have done like an Avril Lavigne type of song. So I was really happy to hear Hard to Love because this should have been Rose's solo. I think the instrumentals were amazing. First of all, we had retro, disco pop, and guitar riffs, and that just really gels really nicely with Rose's vocals. It created such a dynamic and fresh feel. And I think Rose's just, her vocals are just amazing. Not only does she show range, but Rose's, I think one of her best points is that she's very emotional. You can really feel how she sings, and I felt like this song was just absolutely perfect for her. YG, why wasn't this Rose's solo? When is Rose's next mini coming out? I want that. But honestly, this was just the perfect song for her. And overall, I give it an 8.9 out of 10.
My heart only wants you the moment you.
Although this wasn't my favorite track on the song, I personally thought this was the album standout because it was so versatile. First of all, I think for a lot of us, we always kind of just saw Blackpink as just a hip hop group. They're not really known for intense vocal moments, so just really seeing the members showing off their vocal range was really mind blowing to me. I think personally, I was really taken back by Lisa's vocals because Lisa's more like a rapper, sub vocalist, so I had no idea that her vocals could be so rich and raw. And I think it was really cool about the song is that its chord structure is very different from what Blackpink usually does because they're more known for their anti-thematic sound. They have a very soulful chord structure, so I thought this really made the song very unique to their discography, and I really like the fact they did try something song like this, as again, as an artist, it's really important to experiment and change up your sound. So I really love the fact that they took a risk by doing more of like a vocal heavy song, and they really excel at it. The vocals were absolutely gorgeous. I felt so emotional listening to it, and again, I'm just really happy that Blackpink showed off their vocal skills. So now I guess you can say they're more of a well-rounded group because they can do really intense vocal heavy songs but also excel in hip-hop sounds too. Overall, such a great track. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Forgot to mention, I absolutely love Jisoo's pre-chorus. It definitely made the song so memorable. I could not stop listening to it. I just felt like it sounded like she was going through a heartbreak. Like, who broke your heart, Jisoo? Let me know so I can beat them up for you. Kidding, or not. But overall, I was really happy that she was able to show off her range with this song.
Cause no one's keeping tally. I do what I want with who I like. I ain't gon' conceal.
I am absolutely in love with the instrumental. I'm just a sucker for rock music. What makes the song so different from their other bad beat anthems is really the vocal delivery. They execute with so much confidence that makes the listener feel so powerful and motivated. Whereas their other bad beat songs like Pretty Savage focuses so much on the instrumental to make the listener feel powerful. Plus the rock instrumental really complements the vocals, which intensifies the song's bad B feeling. I also again was surprised with how much their vocals improved in the song. The song really diversifies their discography. If I had to nitpick, I would say that the rap could be better. As someone who loves rap, I just have a lot of high expectations for it. So I think it would be amazing if they could have experimented more with their wordplay. Either way, this has to be my favorite track on the album. I give it a 9.3 out of 10.
I'm ready for love.
Now, I feel like as a standalone, Ready to Love could be a little underwhelming. I think again it's because, we waited 2 years for Blackpink to release a song, so obviously we're going to have high expectations for it. Then they produce a song that, it's nice, but I guess it does follow the typical Blackpink formula, so because it's innovative, I think that's why a lot of people didn't have a great reaction towards it. But I would say I think it was just a perfect way to tie the album out. It really fit with the cohesive sound, and I just think it really played up with the other songs that were before it, because Ready to Love is a very vocal heavy song, and I think this song was absolutely gorgeous. I really love Rose and Jisoo's voices. I don't know, it just felt so lovely to hear, and it played out with the instrumental so well. I do say the chorus was so cringy, like, tell me if you're ready because I'm already ready. Like, okay, how are you a rap group? No, hold up. How are you from YG Entertainment, one of the richest K-pop companies ever, and you have such a cringy lyric like, I'm already ready, like, we get it, the title's Ready to Love. Like, I just think they could hire better songwriters to write better lyrics to it, because it was just so cringy. I'm like, this is really a rap group. Then again, I think the build-up between the pre-chorus and chorus just felt so well done. I think it just really, like, it feels really uplifting. And again, the ending is a little generic because it does follow the Teddy format where you just end with just a party dance chorus. I just love Rose's vocals. I think it's just really complement the instrumental well. Although I really love the vocals of the song, because it feels a little generic in terms of the ending, I unfortunately give the song a 7.7 out of 10.
Stay in your own lane, cause I'm about to swerve. Catch me when you hit my Lamborghini, go vroom, 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 vroom. When we pull.
So as a final verdict, I was so pleasantly surprised by the song. It just exceeded my expectations, because I think after listening to Pink Venom, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to recycle the same song for these 8 tracks. But no, we got such versatile sounds. I think this was a really solid album. This is like the first time in a long time that I love majority of a K-pop album. Like, in most K-pop albums I listen to, it's just really 1 or 2 songs that I save. But for this song, I'm saving at least like 3 or 4 songs, like at least half the album. Like, this is a really solid release. Last time I ever felt like this way with like a K-pop album was Taste of Love by Twice, where every single song would just hit so right. And that's the same thing I feel with Born Pink. I know a lot of people complain about us having 8 songs, but to be honest with you, I'm kind of okay with it, because these are 8 songs that, well, I mean, for me, it's really 5 songs I'm saving to my Spotify, but I'd rather just have an album where I like majority of the songs, rather having like a long album where I'm only saving 1 or 2. The only thing is, I just wish Blackpink releases more content. As well, I feel like this album really shows you that Blackpink needs a new team. When we have songs that weren't produced by Teddy Park, because he only produced, I believe, like 3 songs, Ready to Love, Pink Venom, and Shutdown, we were able to see new sides of Blackpink. We got to see vocal queens of Blackpink. We got to see Blackpink experimenting with different sounds like rock or synth pop, etc. And I feel like if they just get a new team, they're able to show more sides to themselves, have a more diverse discography, show that they are more than just rap queens and hip-hop girls, right? Now, my only issue I have with the album is that there's too much English. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like English K-pop songs. My favorite K-pop songs are English songs like Middle of the Night, Love Talk, The Boys by Girls' Generation. But the thing is, I think what's so beautiful about K-pop is the fact that you're promoting Korean language. Beforehand, if a Western artist were to enter a new market, they can just sing in English, because English is the most dominant language, is the most acceptable language, right? But for other non-English speaking artists, if they want to enter like a Western market, they have to unfortunately assimilate to English speaking in order to succeed. So I felt like the thing is with Blackpink having a lot of English songs, is that this is kind of a missed opportunity where they could be promoting Korean language to a global audience, given the fact they have a large platform. Now, my final rating, now if we weight all of the songs, it would be 7.3, like the average, but personally, I give this album an 8.7 out of 10. I think this is a perfect pop album. I love the fact that we got to see different sides of Blackpink. I think it really is on par with their last album too, which I absolutely love all of the vocal songs too. And I'm super excited for Blackpink's next album. Anyways, what are your thoughts below onto Born Pink? Do you guys love the album? What's your favorite track? Any other thoughts you'd like to share? Anyways, I'll see you later. Bye bye.